Good afternoon, Mona.
Good afternoon.
How's everything going?
So. Depends of the day, depends of the week. But mo- I'm not in a good mood most of the time lately.
Lately, things have seemed more down than up for you.
Mm-hmm. So yes, I think since last time, I can say I'm worse. I feel like
Okay. When you
down.
say down, what do you mean? Can you explain that?
So my relationship is a disaster. So I have my child, so I'm trying to do my best because I feel depressed most of the time. So with my husband, but for my child, I'm trying to wake up and like be positive, like do my best in order to be a good mother. And it's not good for my child, I know. So I remember my mom when I was child. So she was like depressed and crying all the time because my father was an alcoholic. So I feel like I'm I have the same life right now. So my husband is an alcoholic and he's yelling every single day, slamming the doors. So to me, to my daughter. So
Okay.
it's hard to live like this.
I I can understand. I feel like anyone that kind of deals with feeling down the way that you're describing it, I feel like anyone would feel like that if they're in that situation. Um, so you're having some relational issues. Um, so tell me, we met last week, and I kind of have had you do a mood scale. So remember, 0 is, um, let's see, you don't feel depressed at all, and 10 is like very severe. So
I feel right now, I feel like 8 maybe.
Okay. And last week it was 6.
Mm-hmm. So yes,
Okay. So you feel a little bit worse.
Yes, because he was like every single night drunk. He wakes up in the middle of the night and yelling, and so this is not life. So when I go to sleep, he wakes up because I have to work to study after my daughter sleeps. So and then he wakes up and he's starting to tell me like call me names, and it's a nightmare. He's so
Is there
he's
any
sick maybe.
is there any positive things that are coming out of your relationship now that we can maybe use as a strength to improve?
I don't think so in this moment. Actually, the only thing is my daughter, of course, and I'm trying to go because of her, and I know that for a child it's important to have both parents, but at the same time I'm aware that it's not good for her, like to see this every day, like her parents like fighting and argue all the time. So this is not healthy for her at all. So for her.
So you were a 6 last week, and now you're an 8. So I think you mentioned a couple of things, such as like doors being slammed, arguments. Is there anything else that has happened? Is there anything else that's happened during last week that you think has like affected your mood?
I don't think so. No. Okay. Beside him, like my daughter is amazing. So she's a very good child. So I'm so proud of her. So I'm trying to do my best for her. So that's why. So she's trying to. But anyway, it's hard. It's hard to live and to deal with him, same house, and like it's very hard. But hope one day I'll be happy and she's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I would like to work on kind of your thinking. So just like with core beliefs, they are things that they're very ingrained in ourselves that we believe. And when we believe in something, it's really hard to unbelieve it. And it's the same thing with thinking. When we start thinking about our relationships with people, or the bad things that's going on, and we tend to focus solely on that, and then that kind of starts a domino effect. Our thoughts, right, influence our feelings, and our feelings influence our behavior. So what are you thinking most of the time during the week? You said you're feeling down, so you're having, I'm assuming, sad thoughts, like helplessness, like.
Yes, sometimes actually I feel guilty I feel most of the time I feel guilty because I didn't expect for my daughter this relationship between her parents. So I'm trying to do something to help him in order to stop yelling and stop being so mean and negative. So I'm trying to explain that he has to do something, that we have to go for therapy, family therapy, or couple therapy, or for addiction, because he's addicted to alcohol, smoking alcohol every single day, so he's drunk every single day. So that's why the most of the time I feel guilty, and I'm trying to do something for this. So yes. And
so that the way that you're describing the way that you're thinking is faulty, because you say you feel guilty, therefore you must be part of the problem.
Yes, because I'm her mother and I'm in this relationship. I could stop right now, but it's hard. So many things. It's complicated to do. Actually, I tried. I'm trying to convince him to go for a therapy. He said no, and now I'm trying to convince him to divorce, and he doesn't want to divorce. So that's so sad, because in this moment I cannot do. I feel like I cannot do anything for this. So that's why I feel guilty, because I'm trying to find a solution for my family, for my daughter, first of all.
So let's just establish that you can't control his behavior, okay? You can only control your behavior and your reaction to his behavior. So we're going to focus on what you can do. And it sounds like you do want to do things to improve what's going on. So what we're going to do is I want to hear from you 3 goals that you want to try to work on within the next month, okay? So have you ever heard of SMART goals?
Yes, so...
Okay, so think of a goal that you want to achieve, the first thing that comes to your mind. We all have goals.
Yes, so maybe first I would say that I want to improve my mood in order to be happy and like a positive mother, not to influence my daughter with those negative thoughts and my depression. So
to improve your mood, to be happy, and to be a good role model. Okay, so measurable. How are you going to measure if you've achieved that, or you've worked towards, or you feel a little bit better?
So maybe stop crying so often.
So having less crying spells.
Yes.
And at the end of this, I can also give you a log to track your behavior and your emotions too. But I think that is great, a great start. So do you have any other ways that you can tell that your mood's improved?
Go outside, like avoid my fights with him.
Okay. So going outside more.
Yes, to the playground with my daughter in order to enjoy the weather when it's nice outside, and to I tried. I already tried to stop answering, like, because he's always like he's trying to argue, but I'm trying to avoid, and I'm trying to find something to do with my daughter, like in order to.
I think that's great because you're kind of not ignoring the problem, but you're giving time to diffuse the situation to come back.
Yes.
That's great. So, do you feel like this goal of yours to improve your mood is achievable?
Hope so.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Is there anything that you think could help you achieve it more? That doesn't involve the behavior of your husband, unfortunately, since we can't change other people. If not, it's totally fine.
Right now, I don't think so.
Okay, but the hope is there.
Yes,
okay.
Maybe I'm down and that's why I can't.
Do you feel like this goal is realistic for you?
Yes.
Because you've been happy before in the past?
Yes,
okay.
Of course. And I'm a strong person, but...
Yeah, I mean, you're here right now.
But yes, and for my daughter, I want to be happy and positive. We deserve this life, so this is...
Yes. Okay, last one. When do you want to begin this goal?
Right now.
Awesome! No time like the present. So we'll say today.
Yes.
Okay. And then since this, we're not always going to be happy, but we can always work to try to improve our mood. It's going to be ongoing, but like next week we'll check in with each other. Okay, so we're gonna start it now. So that's the first goal. What's the next goal that you have?
I will start the process because maybe I already started to find a lawyer in order to go and see my rights and like to start to like having some information to do something about this.
So what would be
like
your
separation goal? Or maybe I will first step my first goal will be like maybe moving or like finding a place for me and my daughter, and then be calm and like acting like because now with my depression I cannot act like and find a solution. So
right. So you said you already found a lawyer. So
yes, so I'm waiting for more information in order to see what my next step will gonna be.
Okay, so with that goal, maybe we can say to follow up with your lawyer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So follow up.
Yes, he asked me some documents and...
Okay, so follow up with lawyer, gather documents.
Yeah, documents, yes.
Okay, gather documents. I think that's great. Measurable. So, like the last goal, how are you going to measure what's been achieved?
So here it's hard to measurable because I don't have place to go. So
yeah, and
maybe it's gonna be like 2 weeks in order to find a place to go or to...
Okay, so when we think measurable, that can look like this is kind of difficult because it's either you do it or you don't do it, right?
Yeah.
But we can start with the gathering the documents. So that's measurable.
Yes, I said that in next week I'll have all the documents. So I started.
Okay, so that'll look like being printed off in a folder, ready to go out the door.
Yes.
Okay, so you'll have them printed, ready to go. Make your appointment on time. Okay. Do you think this is achievable? Do you have the resources to gather these very important documents?
Yes.
And to print them off?
Yes.
Okay. Now what about realistic? Do you feel like this is realistic?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yes. You're not the first person to inquire about this, so, and time limited. Now, you said within the next 2 weeks?
Yes, 2 weeks. Yes,
Okay.
I said.
All right. So then, lastly, I would like to go over why working towards these 2 goals makes sense. Why does improving your mood make sense for you? Why does following up with your lawyer and gathering these documents make sense? So we can save that for our next appointment if you would like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm proud of your goals. They're really good.
Yes.
Okay.
I deserve hope.
Yes, you do.
I will do
You
something
deserve great things.
soon. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mona.
Thank you.